I've decided to work with the draining function first because it's easiest to test. Here's where we see the shield activate. I want to trigger an event that drains power. I'm going to say this is an advanced custom event. And call it drain. I'm going to use an arbitrary number, but I'll probably have an attribute for the interval of time between draining. You know, like it might drain 10 every second or every 5 seconds. I'm going to say every 3 seconds. But I don't want to do it I want to do it after. So I found that using a loop is sometimes more reliable. So when I show that sprite, when the shield is set to active, I'm going to do after 3 seconds, trigger event drain. Now let's look at the event drain. When drain happens, I want to reduce my chemo X level. So that's going to be setting one of these purple game attributes, remaining X, to the value of remaining X minus, say, 10. Again, doing after. I have 3 in the other bit of the logic, so I'm going to say 3. And I'm going to trigger the event again. Now that'll just keep draining down every 3 seconds no matter what happens in the game. So I'm going to have to put a test, a check in here to make sure that you have enough power to keep draining. Go ahead and throw that in. Let's say once you're at 0, it'll stop draining, right? Wait, greater or equal to 10. Well, 0. Let's say 0. Anyway, lots of new stuff going into the code here. I guess it's high time we test it and make sure it works. Again, what I'm looking for, when the shield activates, triggering an event that drains your power. Activating shield, waiting 3 seconds. There it goes. keeps going. And it keeps going. Now I'm going to look for what happens when you reach 0. Takes a while. The shield goes away. I don't know if I've stopped draining or not. And I'm not sure if I'm going to live long enough to find out. I'm actually not going to live long enough to find out because I can't get over here without a shot. Alright, well that was scary, but it seems to be working. The only problem I'm finding now is that my test environment doesn't have enough pickups to see what happens when you fill back up. Or try to fill back up. Well, that's easy to fix. I'm going to put some loot to pick up. Again, I've got lots of different types. I think this is what's used as an in-level pickup. That should be enough to play with. Let's do another test. I know that macrophage is programmed to stop chasing me if I have any energy at all. Oh wait, I don't want to wait 3 seconds. So the attribute, maybe I should have just done in the first place, we're adding to the behavior a number attribute called shield drain interval. Not a hidden attribute because I want to be able to edit it easily. We can kind of look, its default value, let's say that the default value is 1 second. That way we won't have to wait as long. Might as well get this out of the way. I'm going to add this attribute to my code. So instead of 3 seconds, I'm going to use this interval again here. Everything seems to be working. Let's do another test. Shield's activated. Every 1 second I'm losing power. Not bad. What happens if I collect some water? Well, it barely keeps it going. Boom. There's the macrophage. Whoa. Well, it's still it's draining, but it never stops draining. That's what I was worried about. The shield disappears when you're at 0, but it continues to drain. Let's look at the shield behavior. Greater or equal to 0. It needs to be greater than 0. I think that might be one of the problems here. Because it's been equal and it keeps triggering it. Let's see if making that one small change is what the code needs. It's making the macrophage roar over and over and shake the screen over and over. Sometimes game development is scary. Draining every second. We notice that you can pick up items, but it continues to drain. That's much better. The draining has stopped. What happens if I turn the shield? I can turn it on. It'll start draining again. Oops. Turning it off continues to drain. And I guess I deserve that. So we need to look at how to stop draining once it's off. How about just another conditional statement? Let's check and see if the shield is active. Draining. Maybe I can drain faster by shooting. I guess I can. Shield is gone. Shield is not active. Oops. I'm going to collect all of this. Let's see if I can turn it on and off. Draining. Not draining. Good. That's what I want. Now, the next step is to make the macrophage alter his behavior so that he only chases you when you don't have your shield up. I'm going to come back to that.